Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, we're going to a movie episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and I just have to say, I learned today, where there's a whip, there's a way. Who's with me tonight?
This is Joe Larrey, and I apologize to the audience, but I'm going to be talking like the Nazgul for the rest of this review. So get ready, folks. We're in for a doozy.
And I'm Robbie Sherman, and I am going to be an animation snob over this thing because I was so disappointed. Man, yeah, I mean, it could look good, like if you just think about the design of it, but there are so many spots where they are just like skipping frames and stuff. I don't know what the hell happened on this production.
No budget?
Maybe. Maybe all the money went into the Hobbit.
So we are here to talk about The Return of the King, the 1980 film. And no, I did not say that wrong. There is no Lord of the Rings in that. It's just Return of the King, a story of the Hobbits. It's also known as.
It's also called Frodo, the Hobbit 2.
So this is
Also, the Hobbit Die Harder.
I see them doing it. Had it not happened already yet later. So this is directed by Jules Bath and Arkin Rankin Jr., written by Romeo Mueller. It's part of the Rankin Bath Productions, but the Topcraft did the animation for this. And this originally released on ABC in 1980.
And you could definitely tell with all the sudden commercial cuts while watching this movie.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, there's quite a few. It's really bad.
For all those that are fans of Lord of the Rings, this movie asks you, do you need Fellowship and Two Towers, or just have to Hobbit and go right into the end of Frodo's journey? It proves you can. Will it be good? No, but you can do it.
No, Mike, remember, real quick. Remember, it's not just Frodo, it's Frodo Nine Fingers.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot that, even though they sing it over and over and over.
Yes.
Hey, you know what? Don't worry, people. We have plenty of Bilbo being the most doddering old man you've ever seen.
So I always start these off with our memories. I have never seen this movie before. I knew it existed, and yeah, I kind of want to go back when I didn't know it existed. I watched worse for this podcast, but this was up there. And Joe, what about you?
Yeah, I have never seen this movie, and honestly, I didn't even know this existed until we started watching these animated movies, because if you look online, you will find very little about this movie. It just kind of doesn't exist. And I kind of wish it didn't after watching it.
And Robbie.
Yeah, I had only seen pieces of this movie. A lot of people bring this up as a good example, a Japanese company doing American animation, and I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I mean, me and you did the Last Unicorn, and let me tell you something, that's heads and tails above this thing. Like, oh man, there are so many mistakes, and I don't know if it's a matter of like their projectionists having issues or if like they had a bad editor or something, but there are so many missing frames and sequences and otherwise good looking sequences that it just takes you out of it. It's a mess at times.
I noticed that. But then again, I was probably playing on my phone while watching this movie.
I do want to point out, though, like we said, the animation was by Topcraft. And for people who don't know, they were the people that did Valley of the Wind, and where all the Studio Ghibli guys came from, like Miyazaki. So this was a stacked animation studio at the time. So
yeah, I think Miyazaki. I was just saying, I think Miyazaki was still working on Lupin during all this mess.
Yeah,
though.
I think he was too. That matches up. Yeah, which is a much better movie.
I've never watched any of those.
I mean, he was working on the Lupin series when they were doing the first Hobbit movie, I'm pretty sure. So the second Lupin series. He is involved in both the first and the second Lupin series. There's plenty of history out there for anybody who wants to look into that.
So I should do a plot summary of this movie. This is essentially, as I made the joke earlier, what if he only wrote The Hobbit and Return of the King? There you go.
Though it's the Return of the King, it's only from Frodo and Sam's perspective, because you want the Fellowship? Screw them. They don't exist in this movie.
I mean, that's pretty much the plot. Yeah, it's just Frodo and Sam's journey and why he's called Frodo the Nine Fingers. I didn't realize when this movie started, I was like, why is Bilbo here? And then it isn't until he pulls out, and he's missing a finger, I'm like, oh, this is the end of the movie.
Okay, good. I wasn't the only one that was confused by
No,
that.
it doesn't communicate it. I'm like, okay, they're at Rivendell. Because they go to Rivendell and Fellowship. I'm like, is this the Fellowship part? Like, where's Boromir? Where's Legolas?
Yeah.
And then it occurred to me, like, okay, this is after all that had happened. Like, he had already destroyed the ring.
They had a Bakshi movie to follow up with. This is horse shit. I hate this crap.
I mean, that's the thing that makes this so weird. Is you have The Hobbit made by them. Then you have Lord of the Rings, which is essentially the first 2 books made by, but even then, it's not even the complete first 2 books made by Bakshi. How do you say his name?
Bakshi.
And this is kind of a sequel to that, but completely different animation, completely different company. Fucking weird.
Well, because originally the Fellowship movie, they were supposed to make a Return of the King movie, and then I don't know why that fell through, and then they're like, oh, we'll just get those other guys to make the Return of the King movie, but it won't be connected at all to the other movie. And then the Tolkien estate sued them, so there was that whole thing too.
Is that why this movie doesn't exist anywhere?
Well, they settled, so maybe
the settle was get rid of this fucking movie from the internet. So
maybe,
I think mostly the people who worked on it just fucking hated it because it ruins the work of a lot of talented people, like with its shoddiness. Like there are so many little scenes that are just ruin the work of talented Japanese animators.
The director came out and said that this movie was god awful. Like when they interviewed him, he said it was terrible.
The Japanese director or the American?
The American
director?
Arthur Rankin Jr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
He produced it and directed it.
Yeah, it's like his quotes were, "It's not a very good film at all."
I mean, The Hobbit was fun. When we watched The Hobbit, I enjoyed that movie. That was like under an hour. This isn't over an hour and a half.
Right.
And I already don't like Return of the King. Like, I don't even like the Peter Jackson version.
Really? Wow, okay.
It's because that movie is so fucking depressing. I don't know if I've even seen the whole thing all the way through. Maybe once. Yeah, once.
Huh.
I just don't. I like the other 2 a lot. I just don't care for that third one. And I really don't like the Frodo and Sam stuff. Little did I know. What if you had a whole movie about just Frodo and Sam?
It really screws up the vibe that they had nailed down in The Hobbit because, whatever issues you might have with the interpretation, it does a really good job turning a children's book into a children's animated movie, and it has very lush design. And in this one, they're mostly in dark caverns, like they're mostly hanging out in like just grim areas, and they're surrounded by death all the time, and it feels tonally weird compared to its forerunner.
Yeah, and to be fair, the book is like that, but I think the issue that I've had with it is the animation just does not match the tone that they're going for, because they're still having like that kiddie animation style. Like, yeah, this does not jive. You're right, Rob. There's a big disconnect between the tone and what we're being shown.
Because this is a very dark story, and there's even a stupid retcon in it where they're like, oh yeah, Bilbo saw orcs, he just thought they were goblins.
Oh god, that's right.
But I'm pretty sure Gandalf called them goblins too.
Yeah.
So like they just wanted to reuse the same, design they already created for the orcs too. And I'm like, so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, that was normal in animation back then, but yeah, I don't know why they felt the need to do that.
And characters act stupid, okay? There was a moment where Sam has the ring, and he's like, the ring is compelling me not to go forward. It knows that if I draw their attention away from their own trivial matters, they will come after me as a foe. And then he just immediately walks 5 steps and then shouts out, I'm going to find you, Frodo! I'm going to find you! Like, why would you shout out in the middle of a cavern where there are, like, orcs, like, in the next floor, They're the next apartment up. They can fucking hear you through the walls, Sam. Like, it felt so stupid.
Because he was brave. He was Samwise the Brave.
He was Samwise the fucking idiot. That's what he was.
I mean, the way this movie even starts off, it starts off with Frodo being captured by the orcs, and you see him half naked, and I'm just like, this is just weird. Like, why are we starting here?
Yeah, you should at least show the spider, because that's how he winds up in that state.
Oh yeah, Shelov's not even in this.
No, they're not. But you see the spider webs and everything, so it's like you're coming at the very end of an awesome scene, and it's just like, yeah, we don't have the budget for that, so some spider webs, and you can figure out.
No. We're not taking the time to do that. We gotta get this thing shoved out. Oh boy, ABC needs their Hobbit movie.
And how many freaking flashbacks they have to when he was at the Shire? Like,
oh my god,
it's just so weird.
They come out of nowhere. That's the thing.
Yeah, like they're jumping back and forth. I'm like, because they're really just trying to build this movie as a sequel to The Hobbit and make it work without doing Fellowship and Two Towers.
But Mike, they do. Like at the beginning, you get 5 minutes of them condensing 2 large ass books into 5 minutes. But they cover it.
No one
without other characters.
Yeah. I do want to point out that
go ahead, please.
I was just gonna point out, speaking of no other characters, they did not show Gimli or Legolas once in this entire damn movie.
No.
It's so fucking weird. Like, I didn't even think Aragorn was even gonna be in this movie. He doesn't you see him briefly in the opening, which I didn't even realize it was him, and then you don't see him again till over an hour into this movie.
Oh, that pissed me off so badly because he has such a cool plot in this. It's just him recruiting the undead army, but yeah, no, screw that. You don't deserve to see that.
No, they don't do it. I mean, they have the boats that come, and then he just comes off with an army, but there's no undead army.
Yeah.
They have They have 2 whole fantasy sequences that is like just of Sam like imagining he has children, and those little fucking Monchichi babies suck. They add nothing to the plot. It's just them like running around being cute, and I hate it. It's tonally terrible with the rest of the movie.
It is.
I like the one where he has the hallucination of him leading the armies against Sauron with the ring. I do like that.
And that is actually in the book.
Oh, that's in the book?
All these hallucinations he's having are actually in the book, but they're just handled much better because, like we talked about, they just sort of come out of nowhere, and it's not really clear if it's a hallucination at first or if it's like cutting to the future. So all that is in there. But to me, this is a case of you adapted this one particular section of the book very well, but you didn't need to be that precise, if that makes any sense. It's like I'm fine with taking liberties. Sort of like Peter Jackson's movies take a lot of liberty, but I think they flow better. This is just like, oh god, this is just dragging. Why is this here?
I will grant you, Mike, that the fantasy he has of leading the armies against Sauron and like bringing a new age of beauty, it looked a lot better than a majority of the other film. I mean, it's pretty smooth through there as far as the animation goes.
Well, it was just, to me, I liked it because it shows what the ring does, and it starts to corrupt you. It's starting to corrupt him. I mean, like in this movie and in the story, you see how it's corrupting Frodo over time. Like that's what it does. Also, why are the orcs fighting each other in that tower? It's not what this movie says, right?
Oh, no, they do. They're just fighting over, once again, they don't really specify it in this movie, but his mithril, because Frodo has the mithril vest. Yeah, and they all want that, so they all start fighting each other over it.
Okay, that fits the orcs, but I couldn't remember what it was, because, like I said, I've only ever seen Return of the King once. I've seen every other movie, I've seen the other 2 movies more than once. Return of the King just once.
No, we don't need to explain that in this movie. We don't have time.
The movie is explain anything. You've read the book. And if you haven't read the book, screw you.
How do you do over an hour and a half movie of just this? Like, it's so fucking weird how they stretched this when it didn't need to be stretched.
Yeah.
It had to have been some weird, like, contract deal where they're like, we need to fill this amount of time so we can have our commercials in between. This is going to be like a 2.5 hour, special, because I'm guessing this only ever aired once on ABC, and they were like, fuck this shit, I guess. It wasn't Cartoon Network. I'm pretty sure this played in Cartoon Network at some point. I never watched it, but I'm pretty sure it was on there.
I'm pretty sure that's how those weird anime fans that think this is good saw this. they saw this as a kid and was like, "Oh man, that was so cool. That was a good, example of Japanese animators working for American productions." And then they didn't realize, as they grew up, how bad it actually is.
I mean, the animation didn't bother me. The part that bothered me is just the boringness and the nothingness of this movie.
It feeds into the bad animation as well, because there's such filler content with the animation. There's so many shots of just like backgrounds going around you that don't push the plot forward. Yeah.
It's very much, how can we fill time? Like this random shots of Mountain Doom, like I'm watching it run right now. It's about 10-second shot of just Doom. That's it. It's probably talking, but I have no subtitles and I don't want to do this crap.
Does that shot have a missing frame in it too? Because when we start getting towards the end and Aragorn pops in, then almost every scene has missing frames. You just see the camera jerk, and it is so frustrating.
I did not notice that, but I was only half paying attention by the end of this movie.
Well, good. I'm glad you didn't give it your full attention, because it doesn't fucking deserve it.
I was just impressed how they do this story and you skip characters and you just make the hobbits the most important characters ever. Like, I was like, that takes some balls right there.
At least Gollum shows up in it.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't he with them, or did he leave them before Shelob?
He leaves. So after the spider, Sam pushes him down and they think he's dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so this movie does take place. Why would you skip that?
Yeah, I know. They should have shown that at least.
That's one of the best parts of Return of the King. Like, that's one of the key parts. I mean, I don't need to see Shelob as a sexy woman, but I'm fine with seeing Shelob as a giant spider.
Probably the reason why they did that is because technically that scene is actually in the Twin Tower book. And actually the book ends on that, where you think Frodo's dead.
Okay.
Yeah,
but the movie didn't. So that's fine.
Peter Jackson decided to start it off with the movie.
Oh, I never knew that. I always, because I read all 3 books, but it's been many, many years.
Yeah.
It's really crazy that Eowyn has a whole little plot moment, while our 2 other, famous warriors of the party are not even mentioned.
Well, okay, once again with this, she actually is way more important in the book, and when you get to that point, it's like, oh, that's awesome, her story arc paid off, but since we didn't do 2 towers, she just randomly
showed up out of nowhere.
Nowhere, yeah, so you miss her whole plot.
Yeah, she's just there. She's like, and I mean, he even says the line, like, no man can stop me. I am no man. I'm a woman, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I guess the line was in the book.
Yeah. No, it is. Yeah, no, it's a very famous scene. But once again, like I said, you have it build up over 2 books. She just showed up and you're supposed to know who she is.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what the hell her significance was for a second, because I hadn't thought about the Jackson Return of the King in a moment. She is a small part of the newer Lord of the Rings movie that came out that we're going to be covering soon. And
she's the narrator.
Yeah, and like,
I realize that.
The whole scene felt crazy. The leader of the Nazgul, who had this 1950s sci-fi effect on his voice the whole time, that was really jarring.
That made me mad. I screamed at the TV when I heard that.
I mean, if this was like,
what happened?
Yes, he did.
If this was a regular anime movie, I would have been like, cool, that's a good, fun, like cheesy anime effect type of thing to do. But no, this is not that.
Also, real quick on the Nazgul, this is going to be me being a book snob right now. So the Nazgul, like the Nazgul King, like he's wearing the cloak and stuff, like you would expect. Like I actually didn't mind his design, and you notice when he takes off the cloak, he's like invisible. And that's because the ring wraiths are always invisible because they have 9 rings of men that give them the same power that the one ring has. So they're invisible at all times. They wear a cloak to be intimidating. However, earlier in this same damn movie, they show another Nazgul who looks like who's that dude from Venom, the symbiote king or whatever. I forget his name. Null, who looks like fucking Null, and I'm like, I can see you. You're not wearing a cloak. What the hell? You guys are breaking your own canon in your own fucking movie.
I did not realize that's why they're invisible. I never knew that. I just know, like, because I was kind of wondering, like, when he takes off the cloak at one point, you just see, like, eyes and a crown. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
I will grant it. It's one of the better battles that happens because they have like uninterrupted animation, and I like Eowyn. I like her as a anime style princess, warrior princess almost. It makes me think a little bit of Nausicaa in a certain way, but.
Yeah.
They still have a bad animation mistake in there. Like there's a character. I think maybe it's Sam. I don't know. There's a little guy hanging around there, and you just see him run up, and there's like an obvious missing frame there when he bends down, or it just takes you right out of it. Like the good moments are there, but they are taken out. You are taken out of those good moments when the bad animation pops up. It's so frustrating.
Just weird. Everything in this movie is so fucking weird.
It really is.
I mean, why do we have to have half of this fucking music? I mean, it doesn't serve any purpose other than to be filler.
Well, Rob, you can't tell me that you did not like if there's a whip, there's a way. I mean, come on, man. That is we're talking K-pop Demon Hunter levels of awesomeness with that song right there.
Is that the moment that had the like 70s wah wah porno guitar in it?
Yes, it was. Yes.
I mean, I kind of liked it, but I was also like, man, this feels sleazy as fuck, dude. What the hell am I listening to? Miles Davis's rated X? Like, what the hell is this?
I mean, and it's just repeated over and over again because it's essentially because they, for some reason, the orcs think they're orcs, so they put the armor on. Yet, like, can't you tell they're not orcs? Like, they're a lot smaller.
Also, they'd be able to smell them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. In the book, I can't remember the book or the movie, but I'm assuming it's like they wear more, like there's more face pieces too, like they're completely covered up.
Yeah, they're completely covered. Yeah.
They are not in this.
No, they're not.
It is so fucking weird. And that song is just dumb because all it is, I think, is there's a whip, there's a way, just over and over again as they're marching.
I was going to say, the song's actually kind of dark because it's like, yeah, we're slaves to this guy and he's ordering us to our death. It's like, oh.
I mean, not only is the animation a downgrade in this movie, the music is a downgrade. I felt like I didn't really love the music of The Hobbit, but I at least felt that it was purposeful in the right ways. Like when they used it, it felt purposeful. Whereas like for here, it just seems like songs come in to punctuate little scenes, and then they are there to punctuate dialogue and keep the story going. And like some of these songs are reused songs from The Hobbit. Like this feels like a movie made out of spare parts.
Oh, it absolutely is. This is completely a movie that feels like it had very tight time constraints. So they're like, what can we reuse?
Don't do a good job of it.
No, not at all. Like I like the music in The Hobbit. I did not like the music in this one. It didn't feel good. It was just dumb, and I don't know. And everything with this movie just felt so padded. Like, there is one scene when you see Aragorn, and there's a blonde guy standing next to him, and a short guy standing next to him. And I'm like, oh, it's Gimli and Legolas. But they don't ever show them. They don't ever say those names. And you never see those two faces ever again. You never see the faces. You just see the back of these two figures, and that's it. You never see the short guy again. You see a blonde guy riding with them. But that's it.
Follow me, thing one and thing two.
I mean, how important, like, Pippin and Merry are... Like, where Pippin, he sends, I can't remember which one, but he sends one of the hobbits to go get Rohan to help them, and I'm like, I don't think that's how that thing's going.
That's Merry. Merry's the one that goes to Rohan, and Pippin's the one that's with Gandalf and Gondor.
But they also don't even have the brother. There's no Faramir in this.
No, there is not. Faramir gets cut out. He gets cut out, and then, once again, just part of the book here, they don't even do the whole ending with Saruman. That is where he takes over the Shire. That is completely cut.
Well, that's because they don't even mention Saruman in this movie.
No, they don't.
Like, stuff with Rohan, like, you just skip, like, oh, look, Rohan has all these men they can send us. Like, we just skipped, oh, yeah, they had a huge battle over here at this other fortress, but that didn't happen in our story, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, Helm's Deep, you're crazy. You think we got the budget for that?
I'd really like to point out how frustrated I was about the destruction of the ring and the destruction of Mordor, because basically Gollum just like dances his way into light, like right down into the fire, and it feels stupid as hell to watch. It feels
Yeah.
crazy stupid. Like there's no like the battle him and Frodo have like ends prematurely and he wins. And then he is so excited that he is dancing around and just straight falls off a cliff. And it doesn't even give you the fun melting sequence you got in the Jackson ones. You know, it's just a little bit of fire. You don't see him agonized or like tormented by the ring in the middle of it. Like it feels crazy.
Well,
yeah.
Well, like in the Jackson version, when he's falling down, remember he's like caressing the ring as he's
Right.
melted. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no emotion to it. Like, it doesn't. It just feels like a toss-off, you know? Like, I don't know what they were thinking.
I mean, this is also supposed to be, the Gollum from Hobbit, which is that's the only story you have.
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
Although apparently the ring, even though Gollum doesn't have the ring right now, apparently the ring gives you freaking strength to lift giant boulders and chuck them. I didn't remember that in the book.
Wait, does Frodo do that in here?
No, Gollum does. When they're trying to go up to Mount Doom, there's a scene where he lifts like this giant boulder and basically hulks out on them.
Why? This movie I have so many questions of like, what were they thinking as they were developing this movie? Like, I just don't get it.
It does not feel like it has the care The Hobbit does.
No.
I mean,
No.
like, the fact that we are so cloaked in just like disgusting like darkness the whole time, like with these character designs, it just feels out of place. Like, man, I did not feel like I was on an adventure, even a dark adventure. Like it felt like these characters were in the wrong story the whole time.
Yeah. Because The Hobbit was released in the theaters, wasn't it? Like that was actually a movie production, correct?
I can't remember. I'm going to look it up though.
Because I'm starting to think, since if that was released in the theater, they probably put more money and effort into this. Since this was just, made for TV, they're like, just throw it in there, get it done, just do it. The kids will watch whatever.
No, The Hobbit was also network TV. It was just NBC instead of ABC.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
But that has a budget of $3 million that we know of. This, we don't know what the budget is.
Oh man, okay.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
No.
Yeah, so we don't have any information of how much this cost or what, and I'm reading some stuff on Wiki where like the film is often mistaken for a sequel to Ralph Bakshi's 1978 animated film Lord of the Rings. Well, I wonder why.
Well, no, this can't be. I just found the budget. So originally, the budget was originally supposed to be $6 million, but it ballooned up to $12 million due to overspending. And my question is, what the hell were they overspending on?
They were overspending the money they put in someone else's pocket. Literally, I think that's what I mean. I have this. I got nothing.
They were overspending the money that they were putting up their nose. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, this animation isn't that great. This movie, everything about, and you have a good story to go off of. Like, you could have still made Return of the King work and have Aragorn stuff and have the more exciting parts of the story. Like, we didn't need just a Sam Frodo movie. Like, nobody wants that.
I really like the Jackson. Yeah. I really like the Jackson Return of the King because it has pathos and drama to it. It has like epic battles. Like, oh man, some of the most epic battles that have ever been filmed, and given the state of film, maybe some of the most epic battles ever filmed ever. Like, it looks good. Like, it really functions well. I think I don't even know those books very well, but as just a viewer, I think they're excellent.
Yeah, but also they're 4 hours long, and I don't think they were ever going to get anybody to sign off on it. No, what they should have done is split this into 2 parts, where one part could be Sam and Frodo, and then you could do the other part, which actually focuses on the other Fellowship guys and see their adventures.
Totally.
Or better yet, just don't make this movie. Fuck
that too.
I don't care about
if you had to, yeah.
I just don't I never liked stuff with Sam Frodo. I don't like reading about it in the book. I don't like watching the Peter Jackson movie. And little did I know I was going to get a whole animated movie about it. So I have a question. The Watcher thing are those in the book? I don't remember those in the movie.
Yes, they are. They were not in the movie. They are in the book. Yes.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Like, the Sam and Frodo stuff is actually really close to the book, almost to the point of being a fault.
It's not very good.
No. Well, because in the book, you're not just focused on them. You get the other characters, so it's all spread out. So you're not just getting bored with one story. And that's the problem with this. We're so focused on this one story. And yeah, I agree. Out of all the stories, until the ending, it's kind of not the most interesting one.
I say this as a bisexual man, not as a bigot, but it makes those two seem gay as hell because it's just like the little love story between them for at least an hour. Like it feels
you didn't
crazy.
Pick that up in the Peter Jackson version?
I mean, yeah, I get that in the Peter Jackson version a little bit, but at the same time, the whole movie wasn't focused on that. You know, it wasn't.
Fair. Yeah,
like,
fair.
Yeah, like him calling him master all the time, like it didn't feel like it had the overtone as much. And since we're just dawdling on these two the whole time, and it almost makes Sam's like fantasy of having a wife and kids feel performative on a certain level, like he has to talk himself into not like thinking about Frodo sometimes. It feels weird.
Is that flashback to the kids? Is that in the books?
Yes, that's his flash forward. Yes, and that actually happens at the end of the book. Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if that was a big. See, he's not gay. See.
Yeah.
The years these came out originally, like the books.
To be fair, I don't think Tolkien was picturing him gay, but
no.
I mean, he wrote it.
Modern times, we just interpret it that way.
I mean,
when I was
also being homosexual in Britain was illegal at a certain point. So, and one of these books written like the 50s.
Yeah,
originally.
Yeah,
I thought they came out in like the 40s, or did they?
No,
get
the Hobbit was 30.
Okay.
Fellowship, because there was a big gap between Hobbit and the other ones.
Lord of the Rings. Let me see what the internet says.
Yeah, like with the Jackson
1954.
one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But with the Jackson one, I don't like whatever overtones we might interpret that being today. It doesn't feel like it's almost deliberate, you know. It doesn't feel like they intentionally crafted a love story, you know. That just feels like something that when you put that out of context and you put it side by side, it sort of looks like one. Like, I never thought that as a kid, you know, even as a dumb kid who was constantly making jokes about things being gay. Yeah, like, I never thought that, you know?
I always took it more as like, because Tolkien fought in the World War before he wrote this. I always thought it was like the interactions he had with like the people in the bunkers and stuff.
Oh,
was how this
that's fair.
Always more interpreted as.
That's probably what he was going for, because they were, you know, I mean, your soldiers in arms in World War One is a brutal fucking war.
Yeah, it is.
I do not like watch. I don't even watch documentaries about. Well, there's not a lot about World War One. It's not as exciting, but it's also boring war. Like, it's just not no exciting.
I mean,
it's
a war that didn't even really need to happen if you look at the reasons for it. No,
happened because they were all excited to fight, and little did they realize, fighting's awful, guys. Like, we have terrible weapons right now. Like, don't want to fight.
So you're saying what happened way back then and is happening now is almost identical, and we've learned nothing in the time since.
I mean, yeah, that's coming to be pretty true.
We just learned how to make drones.
We did do that.
Yeah.
And we also learned how to double tap, apparently, too, when you're in charge of the government. So, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Someone played too much Call of Duty, maybe. So.
God, the world.
What did everyone think about the mouth of Sauron, which is in the book?
Is it just a regular guy?
Kind of. It's not really clear, because I've always pictured it more like the Jackson movie, where it's kind of almost like a demon or messed up human.
In here, it's just a guy with an ugly red lips or something like that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he reminds me of Cobra Commander.
How did we feel about? Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, that was the Black Gate where they meet the mouth at, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where's our buddy from Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah, I was just thinking, because I really wonder if Sauron, since he's just an eye, literally has a dew named after every physical part of him.
He's like, I am the penis of Sauron.
Yeah, really. I am the asshole of Sauron, literally. Like, wait, what?
I was always, because I don't remember the mouth in the Peter Jackson movies.
It's in the extended version. Yeah, it's in the extended version.
I've never watched the extended version.
Yeah, because what ends up happening to him is pretty brutal. It probably would have got the movie an R rating.
Oh, they just murder him, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah, Aragorn murders him pretty blatantly.
I should watch the extended version someday.
And
or
everybody
watch it,
you could happily ever after.
Yeah, you could just watch a YouTube cut of the scenes if you don't want to watch the whole movie.
That's tempting. I
My
own
dad-
these movies on Blu-ray. The live action ones, not this.
Yeah.
So
My
this is
dad-
not cheap either. If you wanted to actually buy a copy of this movie is expensive.
Yeah, because it's
Wow.
not in production anymore.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my dad owns all the extended cuts of those. I mean, my dad isn't one of those guys that cares about most movies enough to do such a thing, but he is a big enough Lord of the Rings fan to do that. And I think I've only seen him watch those, I don't know, here and there, like, yeah, I don't think he cares that much about them.
Oh, I lied. This isn't that expensive. You can buy this for $9, but
Still too expensive.
I'm assuming it's not. It has to be pirated.
Yeah,
It can't be
it's
a
just
legit
that-
release. It looks like it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
It's still too
$9.
expensive for this movie.
But also the cover makes no sense because nothing looked accurate to what this movie is. It's really weird.
Well, they need to
No.
fool you.
Thank God we got the voice actors back, at least, because the voice acting is stellar. Like, I still like John Hurt as Gandalf, and there's still a couple of moments where he brings a little levity, and a little bit of payoff in his voice acting.
Yeah, no, I do like the voice act. That is definitely the strongest suit of this movie.
Not saying much.
No, it ain't.
Also, isn't this supposed to be Gandalf the White, not Gandalf the Gray still at this point? They also skipped all
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
They're not paying for that white ink, okay? They're not going to worry about that. They got all that gray ink left over from the first movie. They're not going to pay for more ink just to make him white.
My God, now that you said that's probably why they left out Saruman and all that too. I didn't even think about that.
Wait, Saruman? No, yeah, he was in the Ralph Bakshi movie, not Hobbit. It's so fucking weird. Like, it is just everything with this production is just strange as hell. I still don't understand how the fuck they spent $6 million.
And you said this was a 12 million production.
Yeah, got up to there. Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like it went up someone's nose.
This movie cost more than the Fellowship movie.
Ah, my
Came out
word.
before it. Yeah.
Man, they must have been doing so much drugs then.
I mean,
You'd have to be in order to make it through this thing.
Say what you want about Ralph Bakshi, but if he is telling the truth about his producers cutting their budget and making them finish animation within like a period of 6 months when they had like a year and a half to actually do the movie originally, it makes sense. If you watch that movie, there are little animation errors that totally point to a production that has been undercut. It does not have the same type of errors this movie does. And like, there are scenes in that Bakshi Lord of the Rings that are effective, and they have a little more care put into them, even if there is a rush. And yeah, I actually kind of believe him when he talks about his production being undercut by producers. I don't believe anything like that with this. Like, if they had a $12 million production for this thing.
Rob, you know what's ironic is that the Lord of the Rings movie, the production company was Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers would do that exact same shit with that last Lord of the Rings anime movie where they cut the budget and gave them a reduced time to make it.
Well, yeah, and a part of that is because it's only supposed to be like a rights issue thing, right? They wanted to hold on to the rights. Yeah. And that still looks so incredible at times. Like, I really think they did an excellent job, even if they got their budget cut.
Yeah. And they have Warner Brothers.
I'm looking forward to talking about that one.
We will be.
They need that Gollum movie.
Yeah.
Everyone's asking.
Oh my God, that's still coming, isn't it?
I want him to look like the Gollum from this movie. Just do it. Just commit to it.
Make him a frog?
Yes, just commit to that.
I hope they re-release the unfinished Gollum game they put out along with it.
Oh God, yes. I want a DLC. I want DLC with this skin. Yeah, give me this skin for Gollum in the game. I will buy the game, even though it's completely broken, just to have that.
I have the game, by the way.
Really?
Did you?
I got it in a bundle.
I was thinking, yeah.
Did you try to play it?
Review.
Of course not.
Yeah.
You crazy?
Yeah.
I bought it.
I know you play some bad things on this show, Mike, but please don't force yourself to play that game.
I mean, who knows? Maybe one day. I mean, there are many other Lord of the Rings things that I want to do though, long before I get to that bullshit. So
that's good, yeah. Maybe they'll
I want to
fix
play
it
Two
by then.
Towers a lot.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I actually just played through those recently.
I haven't touched it since high school, and I really want to play it and cover it on the show for a mini at some point.
I was going to say, it's still a fun game, but it is a lot harder than I remember. But then again, that's just all games from that generation, really.
They're tough.
Yeah.
I had the first Lord of the Rings game for PS2. I got it for Christmas when the movies came out, and I actually had a really good time with it. I mean, I thought it was fun. I thought they did a good job with it.
I wonder why they did the ring race the way they did. It's like I'm watching this now as we're talking, and like I don't understand why they look so ugly, and the other one is book accurate.
It's almost like it was two different people were making the same character and didn't communicate with each other.
Well, I mean, when you have that big of a budget, I mean, you can buy so much Coke. So hey, I mean, you don't got time to talk.
We're joking about the Coke thing, but if you actually think about it, like, that explains a lot of this movie now. Some of the visual effects.
I mean, it also explains the balloon budget.
Yeah,
there are a ton of movies in the 70s and 80s that were nothing more than expensive, like, cocaine budgets. You know, what is it? Maximum Overdrive, the Stephen King movie. Almost that entire movie is just a front to get a massive amount of coke. And that's why it looks that way, and that's why it functions that way.
I have never done cocaine. I have no plan to ever do it, but I have heard it.
I don't get it, man. You know what? You could get the same effect out of like a speed pill from what I'd understand. I've never done it, but it just seems like a boring ass drug. You know, it seems like horse shit. Like I
mean, if
don't
you're awake for 3 days, I mean, that might get a lot of shit done if you're conscious.
You know what? I don't. You know, it says something about the me generation that they went from doing a thing that will keep you up like all day, but will give you like really crazy hallucinations to make you see a bunch of colors, to just being up for like a day. Yeah, they got rid of all the fun stuff. You know, they didn't care. They just wanted to spin their wheels. It sucked.
Well, I do know from history that if you give all your soldiers meth and don't tell them it's meth, they can invade Poland and fight for 3 days straight. I do know that from history. That's how he did the Blitzkrieg. They drugged everybody up before they went to go fight with pep pills. They called them. It was meth.
Yep. I'm wondering.
I love that fact.
I mean, given the state of the world as it is, I kind of wonder how drugged up our soldiers are. You know, like, what are we not learning about our soldiers that we will be learning soon enough? There's all those rumors. Maybe this isn't the show for it.
That's fine. I don't care.
No, there's all those rumors about the president supposedly doing a bunch of Adderall and shit and being up all the time and having no control over his bowels because of it.
I mean, he's definitely not awake all the time. We can tell that.
Yeah.
I do not like the stuff when they're in costume, like when they put on the orc armor, and I also don't like the fact that you can see their faces and the orcs can't tell the difference. That irritates me.
Yeah.
It felt really stupid, like incredibly stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they should be able to smell the difference, you know?
Yeah. Like
I thought
you were saying earlier, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Oh, also, they have the elephants in here for like one scene, but also the elephants are being ridden by orcs, but one of the orcs has peach-colored skin for some reason, but it's still an orc. You can see that it's still a fat orc.
Yes.
But he has peach-colored skin instead of the blue skin, because he's supposed to be human, but they didn't actually draw a human, they just used the orc.
And of course, the elephant fun is ruined by what else? A missing fucking frame.
Frame, yeah. That one's really obvious to see, too.
Oh, man.
The whole battle with Minas Tirith is just bad, too, because, like, I mean, I guess it is depressing in the book and the movie, too, correct? Like, they're just, like, they're ready to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is why I don't like this story, because it's just so fucking depressing.
That does.
Gandalf gives a nice speech, though. That's not in this movie, but still.
Yeah. Well, there is a fun little line where he tells Mary, you know, that if you want to go to battle, then we will die together, and that at least had some heroic connotations. You got John Hurt there, given that. I liked that little moment. That at least had a little bit of a positive for it.
I mean, he's a good voice actor, yes. I'll give him that.
Also,
he's a
I think
great voice actor.
See Denethor kill himself. That was disappointing.
Wait, that's not. I mean, isn't that orb essentially like a communication to Sauron, the little black orb?
Yeah. Yes. Because you never know who's
when he sees it.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense because he counters that earlier in the book. It's just because Saruman has one of those.
Yeah.
But that all got, once again, as we established, that all got cut.
So I was correct in thinking that it was weird that he considered it like a wizard's orb, because I remember thinking like, this doesn't feel like the Jackson film. Something feels off here. So okay, yeah, like, because I remember thinking like, he should have some sense that something weird is going on the way this guy is acting. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And even in the book and the Peter Jackson movies, he immediately knows what it is. He's like, yeah, you need to get rid of that, like, now.
Yeah.
And this one, he's like, ooh, what is this? I've never seen this orb.
That was confusing to me, because I'm like, they know what that is.
Yeah. Also, I was not expecting, I know Sauron is called the Eye of Sauron, but I did not really think it was just going to be someone's eye that they just clearly took a picture of and then put like a red filter over.
It was just strange. And I just didn't like the fact that he doesn't even react to it. It just bothered me.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's supposed to get upset. Like, he's supposed to know what this is. They just, it shows the future. And it doesn't show the future.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, now I know why they didn't show him dying, because they'd have to show Faramir, and we can't have that.
Yeah, why? I don't understand how you don't have Faramir. Or, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, he's an important part.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's a real important part of that.
And they don't even do anything with him. You see the king, he freaks out a little bit, and they just forget about him. You don't see him again in this movie. Like, it's like,
yeah.
Why is he even in this movie?
Now that I'm thinking it over, you don't see any other races except for humans, orcs, and elves. I mean, and hobbits, because like the elves are pretty important in Return of the King, and they're just gone in this thing. They don't even exist.
Wait, you don't see them. There are no elves in this movie at all, other than the reference to the elves that they saw in the Hobbit movie, because they do a recap of the Hobbit in the opening of this.
And Elrond at the opening.
Oh yeah, and for some reason Elrond has glowing things around his head.
Stars floating above him. Yeah.
I didn't understand.
I'd also like to point out how little, I was so disappointed with the eagle. I mean, the animation for them was so cookie cutter bullshit. Like, it had no dynamic effect to it. I was so disappointed. Like, that should have been a high point, and they just kind of fly in like they have no weight to them. It sucked. I did that crap.
Yeah.
So I assume this scene isn't in the book. The scene when the orc and the humans, run into a road that only has one little road, so they have to fight because they both can't cross at the same time.
I don't think that's in there. I don't remember entirely.
Okay. I highly doubt it's in the book, because it is such a childish scene.
Yeah.
So fucking stupid. Like, they're like, we go first. No, we go first. Oh, let's kill everybody because we can't go first. Like,
yeah,
it
is a weird. Yeah, it's so weird. I don't get who this movie is for. It's like, it's for kids, but it's super dark and depressing. But then people that read the book will be confused because the animation's for kids. I'm like, this has such an identity crisis to what's going on with it.
This feels like we have to fit a contract. Like, we signed a contract with ABC and we don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be confusing if you've seen The Hobbit, then seen the Bakshi conglomeration, the first book and the second book, and then you go into this one, because it completely skips any events of the second book or the parts of the second book they tell in the Bakshi movie. And I don't know how the hell it happens. I don't know I didn't look to see if there are similar producers for the Bakshi movie and this. I don't think there are by any measure, because it really feels like a disconnect. It feels like they're trying to separate themselves and as much as they can from the Bakshi movie. And there are lots of complaints I have about the Bakshi movie, but I think it at least did a better job than this of trying to conglomerate those two tales into each other a little better. Like, this doesn't even feel connected to The Hobbit in the right way. Like, just having Bilbo be 128 years old at the start of this movie feels crazy. Like, it just feels like a crazy ramp up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate this thing. I wish I could burn it.
You can delete. I'm going to delete my file here shortly after this is over. So
I wish they would have done to the prints of this movie what they did to Beatles records. Okay, because this sucks. Like, the Lord of the Rings fans should be pissed off about this. They should like The Hobbit, but they should be pissed off about this.
Oh yeah, as a Lord of the Rings fan, I am. Pissed
You
off.
can't stream this movie. You can't buy this movie digitally. It doesn't exist digitally, period. Like, the only way to find this movie online is to go on Internet Archive, unless you go and buy, I guarantee there's somehow bootleg DVD for $9 online. It has to be bootleg. I can't believe that somebody, there's no way. I bought bootleg DVDs before. When you don't even realize it, they're out there. So, hell, my Tale of Two Sisters, a Korean horror film that I have, that's a bootleg. Looks really nice, but it's a bootleg.
Yeah, I don't mind buying those kind of horror movies.
I didn't mind either.
Yeah.
Before we end, I want to point out that I bought a couple of really awesome Yu Yu Hakusho bootlegs. I tried calling the company in Hong Kong that put them out. Yeah, that phone number does not work. But at least I have these high-quality DVD bootlegs of the first 2 seasons of Yu Yu Hakusho.
When I was younger, like, let's say 2007, I remember I bought the complete series of Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop, and for over 15 years, I'm like, and then I thought they were legit. It wasn't until I randomly looked online and they're like, oh, I'm like, oh, that's not what my copies look like. And I found out they were pirated.
I will say, I had a hard time for a second figuring out if my Hakusho bootlegs were bootlegs or not. They have really decent box art and a decent presentation. So good job, illegal bootleggers.
I mean, they just rip it and put it on. So, but you kind of have to with foreign stuff sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to say the first foreign bootleg I ever bought was Battle Royale, because you could not buy that thing in the United States for years.
The superior Hunger Games.
Yes, it is.
I need to watch it soon. It won a poll months and months ago, but I haven't had a chance to get to it yet, unfortunately, due to scheduling. But I'm going to be watching that movie soon for this podcast. Hopefully this month, my goal.
I'm very curious about that.
If you do that, yeah, I'd like to do that.
I'm very curious to see what I'll think, because I've never seen it. I like Hunger Games. I've seen Hunger Games. Oh, and we should wrap up this crap. So eventually they destroy the ring, obviously, and they all go back, but then Frodo decides to leave with Bilbo and with the elves and go on a trip.
Okay, so the explanation is so they're going back to, I can't remember the name of the place, the actual land of the elves. The elves are actually not from Middle Earth. They're from a completely different part of the world. And they're going to return there, and Frodo is able to go with them because he was a ring bearer. All the ring bearers, if they don't turn in the ring wraiths, are able to go back there. Like Sam actually eventually goes there as well.
Oh, that's
Sam
in the books?
Sam wielded the ring for a little bit. And then Legolas goes over, Legolas takes Gimli with him.
Sam had to get busy first.
Yeah, well, Sam, he had to make up for lost time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he does eventually go over there. Yeah, it's really cool because the book really goes into what each character did after this, and they do some pretty cool stuff. But like Frodo writes the book. As we know in The Hobbit, Bilbo was starting a book. Frodo finishes it and then includes the Fellowship, gives it to Sam, so Sam can write his section. And the other thing is, they don't know Frodo's leaving. Like, Frodo doesn't tell them that he's going over to this land. They think they're just going to go see Bilbo off. And then they find out Frodo's going over as well.
Oh, okay.
It's actually like a really sad ending because it's just like, and then like Sam's like the final line in the movie and the book is Sam is like, I made it. And then he's like, goes to his family, and that's how the story ends.
Yep.
Yeah, this doesn't have like, this kind of has to have a happy ending. It's like, okay, Frodo, see you later, bye. I'm like, no, you're never going to see him again. I mean, Sam will, but the other two, fuck you, you ain't seeing them.
I'll video call.
Did Gandalf go in the movie too?
He did, because Gandalf has one of the elven rings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Plus, he's not human either. The wizards are different.
Yes, the wizards are basically angels.
Yes.
Yes.
They don't talk about it in the movies, but I remember is it in the Silmarillion, right?
Yeah, the Silmarillion. Yeah, that's where you get all of Sauron's backstory, where he's a fallen angel and all this stuff. Yeah.
I wonder what inspired him to write that idea, huh?
Yeah. Oh, man, he never wrote... Oh, my God. Okay. Can I geek out for a second real quick about Lord of the Rings here?
I'm happy to.
So Tolkien actually was building up to like a big ending. Like, I understand like Return of the King was the end of the Fellowship, but he had other stories that he was going to write that took place after, but he died, unfortunately. And one of them, the main story, the way this whole series was going to end was Morgoth, who was the bad guy before Sauron. He was like so powerful they couldn't kill him, so they had to seal him in a parallel world. So what ended up happening, what was going to happen was he was going to break out of the parallel world, resurrect all the dead dudes. So he was going to resurrect like Sauron and all the fallen angels and all the Balrog. And then all the elves and all the people that went to the elf world were going to come back. And then like the descendants of Huron, which was like this character from the First Age that he has his own story that no one will ever adapt because it's seriously fucked up. But his children, his descendants were going to be like slay Morgoth finally and bring the ultimate age of peace. Like it sounds ridiculous, but like it sounds like endgame level stuff that Tolkien was gonna do. Unfortunately, he died before he could write any of it. All we have is rough draft notes about it. But it just sounds like he's built.
Interesting
guy. I want someone to write that. You have to write it. It's just too cool to not let it sit there. So, all right, there's my geek moment. Yes, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings geek. I read.
No, I'm glad.
I read the Silmarillion and all the other appendix stuff.
I mean, that is a feat.
Yes,
to read the Silmarillion.
Oh yeah.
Good God, I do not have the patience.
Oh, I've read some of his unpublished works where it's like, okay, so this is a 200-page book, and only 20 pages of it is story, and the other 180 are all just notes on understanding what I just read. Let's do this. I don't recommend people do this. I'm crazy.
I tried once, and I was big into reading at that time, and I could not do it.
Yeah, I have to pace. Every time I read one of those, I have to take like a 3-month break before I jump onto a new one.
If it makes you feel any better, I am also crazy. I mean, I used to be so into the Doors, I went through every concert, and that is a fucking waste of time. Those guys were terrible in concert half the time. And it's not the musician's fault, it's because Jim Morrison is a worthless drunk that can't keep himself together.
But I was going to say, I've seen some of the footage. I applaud the musicians for putting up with his shit, but yeah, no, he was so
Also,
God.
They did not have good guitar tuners back then. I mean, Robbie Krieger had plenty of talent, but they just did not have good guitar tuners back then. Oh, man. So I'm ready to get the hell out of here and quit thinking about this movie if you guys are.
I am. Yeah, we'll go to Shelf Stacker Box. And Joe, why don't you lead us in?
Yeah, I'm going to put this in the box, and then I'm going to go on a journey, and I'm going to put this box in Mount Doom, and I'm going to make sure it burns and can never hurt anybody else. This is an insult to the Lord of the Rings name. If you're a fan, you will be seriously pissed off about this movie, especially some of the changes they make. There are a few good moments here. I know we talked about like the Eowyn scene with the Nazgul. That is pretty animated well. The voice acting is good, and he did give us one of the greatest lines, one of the greatest, song lines of all time, I think. But at the end of the day, this is just a huge stain, and I completely understand why it has been wiped from the face of the earth.
Go deck. Yeah, I'm putting this in the box also. Fuck this movie. I wanted to enjoy it. I was looking forward to this, to watching it, and I was let down. Like, this movie is just something bizarre. So, but yeah, I watched it. I can cross it off my list. I never watched it again.
You might be the only review of this movie, Mike, when everything's said and done.
I didn't, normally I look up reviews before we do episodes like this just so I can kind of see what YouTube has. I did not look up anything.
Yeah.
I'm curious now. All right. There are reviews.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the first review, and not the only review, actually, there's a few.
Oh, those poor
more than there were for like the Hobbit. And maybe I'm not counting, but the first review is why the Rankin and Bass Return of the King is a classic.
Fucking hell!
I gotta go watch that video and then shit all over the comments.
It's 755 views. Came out 5 years ago. Yeah, there's other ones that are older, but yeah.
I spit on their review.
And Rob, what about you?
I spit on them. Well, I think my last Shelf Stacker box was controversial, and you guys might be shocked by what I'm about to say, but it's going in the box. I'm burning this to a disc, and I'm putting it in a box, and then I'm getting up early next Tuesday, and I'm going to wait for the guys who do my trash to come by, and I'm going to offer them the opportunity to, get stoned with me and absolutely stomp on that box into oblivion. Because, man, I fucking hate this goddamn thing. It does not work as an example of good, anime. It doesn't, there are so many frame skips in, obvious stuff. When they're doing background pans, there's skips. When we have character moments that should be impactful, there are skips. It's so frustrating on an animation level. Like there were little problems here and there with The Hobbit, but I could overlook those because that was generally a high bar of competence. You could point out the usual tricks of them like having too many still frames while they're talking and things of that nature. But even then, I felt like the production around it was still nice enough to look at, and the voice acting and the scripting was good enough that didn't bother me too much. This is a pain in the ass to sit through. If you have any understanding of what smooth animation is, it's a pain in the ass if you're a Lord of the Rings fan. I'm not even that big of a Lord of the Rings fan, but what I am a fan of, this movie does not do well. Like, I think this movie really shits the bed. Like, it's just a mess of a movie. I don't recommend it. I'm looking forward to stomping on that box. I mean, I'm frustrated by this thing. An hour and a
You should
half.
be.
And like at least 20 minutes of those were just people having hallucinations about how much better life could be when they're not in this fucking movie. That really says a lot about the movie, I think. So
So it's an
yeah, I
allegory
don't.
how we feel about watching this movie because we'd rather be somewhere else.
Yeah, Rankin and Jules, they were sitting around like, man, I wish I could just be like at home getting stoned with my family. Like, oh man, I'm gonna have a nice little fantasy scene with Sam doing that because that feels fun. Like, yeah, I don't know, it just sucks. Like it, I do not recommend it. We have two decent anime style like Lord of the Rings movies, and this is not one of them. Don't go searching out for it. Even the classic scene that gets bandied about with Eowyn and her victory over the Lord of the Nazguls, like it's still marred by frame skipping. Like it is still marred by those issues. Like this is just a mess of a movie. I do not recommend it.
That is fair. That is completely fair.
So I gotta ask, just because I listened to the review, is this worse than Street Fighter Alpha?
I mean, okay.
That's a
The
tough
anime,
one.
Yeah.
the animation for Alpha is pretty consistent. So I will say that like when I was watching that, I did not have like continuous frustrations with missing frames and shit like that. Like it was produced properly on an animation level. And maybe it's even more entertaining in a certain way because of that. Like watching this for me was a headache. I was so pissed all the time.
That's fair. That's fair.
So,
Yeah.
good news. The next movie next animated Lord of the Rings movie is actually really good from what I remember.
Yes, the best of all these.
That's not a very
And
high
it's-
bar, but that movie is good.
And it's readily available. It's the other
For
important
now.
thing. For now,
For
yeah.
now.
I mean,
Wait
on
till
a
Max
plotting
goes,
level,
we gotta get rid of this.
Yeah.
on a plotting level, it's kind of basic, but execution is what sells it.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
excited to see it because I saw it in theaters, but I also was distracted by my son, so I didn't enjoy it as much. So I'm very looking forward to seeing it.
I mean, even if you could like say that some of the story beats are a little obvious, I saw it in the theater with 3 other friends, and all 4 of us were just glued to our seat the whole time. I think it does so well in its execution. Yeah.
Yeah,
looking
my
forward to that.
teenager son did not feel the same way. I think at one point he's like, "Can we leave?" And I'm like, "No, we gotta finish the movie." I mean, in his defense, I think that movie is like 2.5 hours. So,
It is. It is
It
a long
is
movie.
long.
It
and we
definitely
got
has
there
some pacing-
early.
Oh, yeah. And it has pacing issues. It definitely does. But we'll get into all that
Yeah.
when we
Yes,
review it.
I'm looking forward to it. I need something good after what we watch. So, all right, we should go to plugs. Robbie, where can we find you at?
Hey everybody, you can find Conversations with Robbie Sherman on Apple and Spotify. If you don't want to listen to me on Spotify, that is perfectly fine. Fuck Spotify. They've been doing advertisements for the Gestapo, and I suggest you don't give them numbers, and I won't feel bad if I don't get numbers from you on there. I'm working to get things on the Internet Archive. I think I'm going to get an RSS account so I can have a more private, a way of getting my podcast out to other providers. I have a Discord and a Blue Sky that you can look up. Don't bother me on Facebook. That place sucks. I just keep it around to make sure nobody's screwing up with anything.
All right. And if you enjoyed this episode, there are over 900 other episodes of this podcast. You want to hear the rest of our Lord of the Rings content, you will see it in the show notes, so check that out. If you want to support the show, do a Patreon, little dog, and vote in our Patreon polls. We have 1 to 2 polls a month. Currently 1, getting back to 2. I've been saying that for like 6 months now. And if you donate $10 or more, I will plug your podcast or YouTube like these wonderful people. Phoebe Stanton, the Let's Play Princess on YouTube and Twitch. And you can also check out her podcast, Nerds Broadcast, and check out Zach's podcast, absolutely the best podcast of work in progress. Talk about MC movies, MCU adjacent movies, and they're currently on the Alien Predator franchise. And also give a shout out to A Gamer Looks at 40 with Bill Tucker. He is going to be back soon, or might already be back by the time you're hearing this. He is relaunching, getting back to Gamer Looks at 40, and I think he's starting a new podcast too. But so check him out. You see a link to his website. And give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro crew, Helena at Hell Hasfer. You follow her on TikTok and Instagram. And follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, and rate and review us. And join our Discord. If you want to chat with us, you want to be on the show, if you want to suggest things, we have a Discord. Join us. I think it's everything I need to say. So we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye now.
Goodbye.